Hello. Hello, hello. I hope you can see me well and hear me well. Hi there. I see that people are coming. So can you please let me know if you can hear me well and if you can see me well? Just write a plus or one in chat box. Today I already had my speech at the little meetup, and it was devoted to searching for your clients, especially online clients. And today we are also going to talk about online teaching. We are going to talk about programs for teaching online. First of all, while people are coming, let's wait for a couple of minutes before we start. And first of all, I would like to ask you, where are you from? Can you please tell me? Because here now it's 10 p.m. It's pretty late for me. I'm an early riser, but I know because of time zone differences, not so many people can visit my webinars if I make them earlier. So I'm ready to speak at this time. Yes, 10 p.m. Okay, so someone is staying up with me. Thank you very much. One more time, when I start my webinars, I always want it to be the shorter the better because I don't like stealing people's time. And I try not to be boring. So if I become boring and if it's not interesting to listen to me, please let me know, okay? If you can't hear me or you can't see me, but I think I will have to switch off the video for some moments, just let me know in chat box, okay? I will try to look at the messages which I get. So today we talk about programs for online teaching. And first I would like to, how to make this window bigger. I want to make the presentation a little bit bigger for, like this. I hope you can still see me because I opened the presentation for full screen and I don't see myself now. Today I will show you how to use some programs for teaching online, and especially you will find about Google Drive. I will just share my experience, okay? I will show you how I teach via Skype and how I use Zoom and what Canva is about, and also we will talk about some other programs which I use for my teaching. So why you are here? I think you are here because you want to save your time and money and improve efficiency of your teaching. I see misprint in my presentation. I am a bad one. I am pretty experienced in teaching online, and actually I started teaching on my own. I had nobody by my side who could help me, give some piece of advice or share something with me. So it was not so easy. That's why I want to share my knowledge and experience with you. So I think you are teachers who want to be right at home while teaching online, okay? So I think you are those people who want to know more and who want to have your lessons in a more effective way. Okay. I think you know my name. Yes. I think you know my name. I told about myself today that so let's forget about the speech that I already had because probably there are some new people here. I'm a teacher. I'm an English teacher. I've been teaching English for almost 15 years and 6 years just online. And now I mostly teach one-to-one classes. Sometimes I teach group classes, but very seldom. I prefer one-to-one classes. You can find me in Instagram, vera.elt.trainer, and I think you know my Instagram, where I try to share some useful information too. And today I'm going to open a little secret, but at the end of the webinar. Okay. So let's first start with this quotation. Oops, just a moment. I think I confused something. Yes. No, here. I want to ask you a question. What programs do you use for teaching online? Can you please write your answers in comments? If you teach online, then what programs do you use for your online classes? Because I'm sure, yes, that some of you have already had online classes, and I'm sure that, yes, Skype is very popular. And Skype is pretty good for teaching online in spite of the fact that it was bought by Microsoft company some time ago. Off2Class is a good one. I like how it's organized there in Off2Class, but I don't like the content so much. Google Hangouts, yes. Zoom is perfect. Okay, Diana, I'm so happy that you have Zoom. Probably today you can help me to demonstrate how Zoom works and what we can do in Zoom. And maybe you will open some new features for me as well. Okay, good. Thank you very much for your feedback. So let's start with this quotation. I found it in internet. So this is a Jan Lemont, and he says, I vividly remember going to Google Docs, opening a document at the same time other students were working on it, and seeing their differently colored cursors moving around the screen, typing new words and making edits in real time. So it was epiphany. And I feel the same about Google Docs. And today I want to show you some features of Google Docs. Probably some of you know already these features, but for some of you, they can be new. So we know that Google Drive is a very good, invention, or is a very good thing which was made by Google. I love them for it. So you can share folders in your Google Drive. You can create and edit documents there. You can use Google Sheets. You can use Google Slides. Today I had a presentation which was made in Google Slides, and I could share it with Zoom, and it was perfect. I want to demonstrate my screen. Okay. So if you can, just a moment. Okay, so if the sound is not good, just let me know. I will try to open commentaries sometimes, okay? Let's start sharing. Okay, a lot of my pictures here. So let's open Google Drive. This is my drive. I think a lot of things here. So let's find the folder with my students, because first of all, I use Google Drive for teaching my students. As you can see, I have several students here, and I just want to show you what we do. So let's open this folder. This is, so his name is Alex, and he is, I think his level is upper intermediate, and he took IELTS, and he actually passed his IELTS, and he got the necessary band in IELTS, but we were preparing for IELTS. So here you can see academic vocabulary. I think there is just the book here. So you can share books in Google Drive, and here was vocabulary, and also I shared some books and some audios. It's pretty convenient. You just tell your students the name of the page and the number of the audio, and you can work easily. How we did some tests. Okay, so I gave him a lot of mock tests, and for example, I uploaded the test for him here, and he uploaded his answers. I will try not to be very quick and check on. Okay, so if you can't see anything, probably you should tap your screen. Just tap your screen or click on your screen. It must work. Is it okay now? Can you see my screen sharing? Yes, that's weird. Just a moment. I will check the mode. Mhm. So can you see the presentation? Can you see it? Now I just switch to the presentation. Okay. Let's try one more time with sharing. Probably you have to tap on your screen. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen now. Actually, you should stop seeing presentations and you should start seeing copies of this page. Can you see something? Maybe we should wait for a while. Usually it works. Okay. That's interesting. Natalia, try to refresh the page. Okay. So people started seeing the presentation. That's great. Try to refresh the page if you don't see anything. It must work. Natalia, if you can't see the presentation, or if you can't see my desktop, I am sure the webinar will be recorded. So then you will just watch it in recording. Yeah. So if you don't see anything, try to refresh your screen, okay? Okay, so back to my Google Drive. Here was the folder of my student. And in this folder, you can see different folders. I already tried to show them, but something didn't work. It was his academic vocabulary. So it was just a book. I think I have to make it slower because it probably goes with some delay. Here was the vocabulary and here was about tests. So I hope you can see it now. I will try not to forget about comments. So I just gave him the test and he uploaded his answers so I could easily find the answers. And if you open the answers like this, you can't do anything with it. However, if you open answers with the help of Google Docs, then you can make some notes. Okay, so I just corrected. I think it was his listening. I just corrected his listening. Okay, I see no comments, so I think everything is working fine. Let's go next. Also here we worked with synonyms. So I just gave him some texts. Here we didn't make the names, we made the dates of our classes. And for example, it was a text, so I uploaded the text for him. He opened the text in Google Drive with Google Docs and he did the task and then I corrected this task. And actually Google Docs, they allow you to work with the same document all together. So several people can edit the document at the same time and it saves the changes which were made Here you see that it was last edited at that time, and if the document is new, so you can see the changes. Also here, when you, for example, you want to check your students' homework and you want to make some comments, so click here and comment. Okay, so like, well done. Okay, well done, and comment it. And the student will be notified about your comment, and he will see the comments are in a good structure here. So I just like it. You can share this document with other students as well. So you just name the address here. For example, let's name my husband. And you can choose if he can edit, or he can just comment, or he can just view. If, for example, you want to send some document to another student and you just click send, you can add some note there, and the student will get a notification to the email from you. Okay. The same we did with writing. So here was his writing. I gave him the tasks for writing, and he created the folder where he uploaded his answers. We did this. I asked him to write with a pen, because in IELTS you have to write with your hands, and it's not very convenient if you're used to printing, to typing and printing the documents. So it is better if you use it. If you use a pen, sorry. So was it okay? Was it working? Can you please write something in comments? So I just want to make sure that everything is working. Just send me some number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter. Okay, that's great. Also, let's have a look at Google. You can create new folder, you can upload a file, you can create a new Google document, and if you create a Google Sheet. So Google Sheet is pretty similar to Excel. I use it for lesson planning. I use it for my schedule. I use it for to plan lessons for my students. So you see the dates, you see the numbers, and you see some links, you see some notes. Okay, very convenient. I don't share it with someone. It's just for me to know what we are going to study with my students. Okay, I think you don't mind if I close it. And also you can use it like a PowerPoint. So today I just use this presentation for the freelance kitchen, and you can open it with Google Slides. Very nice. So actually it's the same as PowerPoint, and you can work with it. For example, if you don't have your laptop with you, so you can just go to some school or internet cafe where you can find a computer with internet, you log in and you start working with your documents, and actually it's very, very nice thing. Okay, so let's get back to the presentation. Do you have any questions about Google Drive? If you have any questions, maybe I can answer. If you don't have any questions, just type 1 and we will continue. Okay, yeah, I think that many people use Google Drive, so I actually didn't invent a bicycle about it. I had a nice quotation about Skype too. I can go all over the world with Skype. It was some American psychologist, and I agree. I think you agree, yes, that Skype and internet actually allowed us to get in touch with people whenever they are. It's not only about our students, it's about our friends and relatives and all that stuff. So, what can we do with Skype? I think many of you know that Skype can send messages, smileys, and files. You can make an audio call, a video call. You can also share your screen and many other, no, maybe not so many things. I use Skype with some of my students who are pretty conservative and who don't like to try new programs. So I have to use Skype anyway. I can't say that I really like it, but it works. I think I have to switch off my video because I want to demonstrate you how Skype works. And I think I will just make a call to my husband and show you a couple of things in Skype. Or maybe Skype will allow. Okay. So this is Skype. I think. Yes, I don't like Skype. People who tried Zoom, I think they like it. Skype can make a video call, but I think it doesn't allow to open my camera now because, okay, I hear myself in my earphones. Okay, you can switch your camera off. It's okay. Now we can see that Skype can make video calls. Here is a chat. Okay, so you can write something in chat. Hello, or I don't know. Okay. And for example, if you are teaching your lesson, um, if you're teaching your lesson and for example, you're going to be 5 minutes late, you can just open your contacts, choose your student and write like, hi, sorry, hi, 5 minutes, please. Okay, so I like this option in Skype. Um, we can send some smileys. We can send some pictures, we can send documents, we can record a message, and also we can send contacts. I'm not sure that there is this function in Zoom, but we can send contacts with Skype, definitely. And Skype allows us to share the screen and sound. So I can share the screen in Skype. Maybe you don't see, but there is a yellow box here. So it shows me that Skype is sharing and it shows it here. And then you just stop sharing and that's it. And you finish your call. I think nothing very much interesting about Skype, but yes, people think that Skype is easier. I agree because first of all, you don't need to install any new program. Then you don't need to learn how new program works because anyway, I think that Zoom is pretty simple for using, but still many people have problems when they register, when they add new contacts and all this kind of things. Any questions about Skype? If you have no questions, just send me number 1 and we will continue. Okay, great, super. Next program which I want to talk about it's Zoom. So here is just my quote. If you like teaching via Skype, try Zoom and it will knock you down. I really like Zoom and I think that it will be not so boring as about Skype. So with Zoom, you can also send messages. You can send some files. You can make audio and video calls, share your screen, share a file, make a screenshot, use a whiteboard. Skype doesn't have a whiteboard, but if I'm not mistaken, there is a whiteboard for Skype, which is called iDraw. I'm not sure that I think I used it a couple of times, but then with Zoom it became very, very easier. So let me share my desktop again. Okay, let's check it. Can you see it? Because I want to demonstrate some Zoom options. Can you please tell me if you see my desktop? Again, just send me 2 or 3, any number. Okay. Okay, great. So, Diana, I think I will need your help. Here in Zoom, you can see it's very user-friendly. So you can start your session with video or start it without video, or you can join something or schedule something and just share your screen. So let's start it without video. When you start, because if I switch on my video in Zoom, then I have to switch it off here. You can just copy the invitation link. And Diana, can I ask you to join me in Zoom? If you can't, then probably I will ask my husband to help us again. Can you join me? If you are here. Just for 10 minutes. You will not have to speak or something. Just let me demonstrate how it works. Okay, just let me know if you're joining me or not, because if you can't join, I will just ask my husband to join and I will quickly show you how Zoom works. Yay! Okay, so here is my meeting. Can you please let me know in comments if you can see Zoom? And I think no video. Okay, can you see Zoom on my screen? Just again, type 1 or 2 or 3, any number. I think it will be with some delay. Nobody. Okay, great. It's working. So with Zoom, maybe I will have to no. Diana, can you please turn the sound a little bit down because I hear myself and it's not very convenient. Okay, thank you very much. So with Zoom, of course, you can make a call. You can make an audio call. You can make a video call. You can invite more participants, okay? If you want, you can. I want to exit full screen and make it a little bit like this. Oh, okay. So now I can see chat as well. You can invite more participants. You can invite by email. You can invite by the link, or you can just invite someone from your contacts to join you. Okay. With Zoom, I made some notes. I don't want to miss anything. So with Zoom, you can share your screen. This is very, very nice thing. For example, let's open this presentation. Let's open Zoom and let's share. So with Zoom, you can share the whole screen, like desktop, which I'm sharing with you now, so you can see everything, what is happening there. Or you can share only one program. That is very, very convenient, because when you share it in Skype, you share all desktop. And for example, you can't open any other program, even if you need it, not to show it to your student. So if I share, you can share computer sound, or you can share without a sound. And you can make it a full screen, or just as your student wants it to be. So now I'm sharing. You can see that my student can see the same as me. I like a very interesting thing with Zoom, that you can work with the documents. For example, you can write something. Very convenient when you want to make some exercises together with your student in your class. You can highlight something like this, so you can also change the color, you can change your font, and many options. So you can undo, you can redo, you can highlight like this. For example, if you want to show something to your student, like now we are talking about Zoom, or you can highlight like this with the arrow, sorry. Very nice thing too. You can clear everything. You can't get it back if you clear. Yes, so if you undo, so you can draw something, you can erase something. And what's more interesting here in Zoom, that you can pause your sharing, and you can give remote control. So Diana, I hope you're using a computer, so now mouse is yours. You can see my both hands here. I think you can see, or maybe not, you can't see me. So Diana, can you do something with this page, please? Can you text something here, maybe a couple of letters, or just move the mouse, or text Zoom or something like this. Can you move the mouse? Maybe you should put it a little bit up. Okay, if I do like here, yeah, okay. Usually it works really nice, because now I'm sharing with Zoom, I'm sharing for the webinar, and maybe because a lot of processes and the computer is pretty slow, because we tested it with my husband some time ago with Zoom, and he could even draw something with his phone. Okay, so it really works, and it really helps to work with students. It is a very, very nice thing. Okay, I think that's enough about sharing, and I think we can end the meeting here, and maybe I will just tell you some more little things about Zoom. So Diana, thank you very much for helping me out here. Let's get back to the webinar. So you just end the meeting. There is a little moment. You can record your meeting, okay? With Zoom, you can record your meeting and save it on your computer. Recording the meeting is pretty good. Okay, I see the comments now. Okay, somebody. Oh, okay, I like Zoom. So I just wanted to tell you that Zoom allows us to invite more members, and I think it is even up to 100 for free. So you can download Zoom for free, and you can invite more people here. Okay, so I think I will just finish about my recording. So you can record the lesson and you can use it. For example, I record lessons when I want to show my student his progress. For example, I record the first lesson and then I show him this recording 2 months after. And usually people, when they can watch and compare, they see the progress, because if you are like intermediate level, sometimes it's difficult to understand if you're moving on somewhere or if you're just at the same level. And also I like to record my lessons for observing them. I mean, this is self-observation and this is self-reflection. I don't have anybody to observe my lessons, but I can observe them myself, and Zoom helps me a lot in it. So let's end meetings. Thank you very much for joining me in Zoom. Thank you very much for letting me to demonstrate it. So you can also minimize Zoom when, let's maybe get back to presentation. I hate seeing a lot of my pictures here. You can minimize Zoom and then you will see just a couple of, you will see the videos, okay, your video and your student's video while teaching something. For example, you open the book and when you share the book, if you use Zoom with video, then you will see yourself, you will see your student in little windows on your screen, and you can still see the book and work with the book. So Zoom is actually perfect. I like it a lot. And there is a chat in Zoom. For example, when you start your meeting, you have a chat just for this meeting. So if you invite several people and you have a class, and then you send some messages to this chat, then be careful to copy the messages, because when you close Zoom, the messages can be also closed and they can just disappear. However, you can save them as well. And in Zoom, you can have chats with your students. Okay, so for example, with my students, I send them some books here and I send them some pictures, as you can, no, you can't see. Okay, sorry, I forgot. I want to show you this. Let me demonstrate my screen one more time. My contacts, some chats. Okay, so I send some messages, for example, if I'm going to be late, or if I send some homework here, I can send some screenshots. By the way, Zoom allows to make such kind of screenshots. So you can send an image, you can send a file, and you can just screenshot and send. I will not send it to my student, but you can send this screenshot too. Okay. So, any questions about Zoom? If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer. If you don't have any questions, just again text 1, 3, 4, 5, any number, and we will move on. Okay, I think no questions. Zoom is really great. I like it a lot. The next is Canva. I can't say that I use it a lot for my students because I'm not very creative, but I want to share it with you because you can create some visual materials for your lessons, and sometimes I do, but for me it's easier to Google for some nice pictures. But if you are very creative, you can use Canva and create your own pics. You can design pictures for Instagram, you can make pictures for Facebook, you can make pictures, I don't know, for everything. There are a lot of templates in Canva and most of them are free. So free templates. I want to demonstrate my screen one more time. I think the last one for today. I think it's pretty time taken, but the best way is to see it with your own eyes. Okay. Can you see my screen? Can you please send some number again? Yeah. So can you see it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you can see my screen, we are going to talk about Canva now. So please let me know if you can see it. Okay, great. I usually use it for my Instagram. Okay. I create all the pictures that you can see in my Instagram. They are here in Canva. With Canva, you can make Instagram posts and you can make here something for Facebook cover, something for presentation, the white of a presentation, so you can use a picture on your slide, you can make a poster, and many other things. So a lot of free templates, and here you can just choose something and use your picture for this. Okay, let's use this picture so you can see that it has a special style, so the picture becomes stylized and you can change the text here. Oops. Hello. So you can change the color of your text. If you don't like, for example, this color, you can add another. You can like, maybe we want a darker one, so you can change the colors, any color, and here you can change the colors too. You can add more pictures if you need. You can share it, you can download it. For example, you can choose the format. It can be in JPEG, it can be in PDF, okay, it can be in PDF for printings. So this is a really nice tool, okay. I think that you can change here background colors and that you can change here, you see. Um, I think I chose the wrong template, but normally you can change the background, you can work with text, you can choose different type of text, you can add some elements here, and of course use the layouts, use the templates which are in Canva. So Canva is really great and I like it. I use it a lot for my Instagram. I don't use it so much for my classes, but maybe it can be useful for you and you can use it for your classes as well. Any questions about Canva? Maybe no. I think something uh, maybe you can just, it's like when you open the program and if you learned about it somewhere, it can be not so helpful. But when you open the program and when you start moving the mouse and clicking it yourself, then it becomes really clear and you can understand how everything works. All this things are for efficiency. Okay, so that's what this all is about actually. I use Google, I use Zoom, I use Skype and Canva because I want to be more efficient and I want to spend less time for everything. I want to save my time and I want to work in a better way. I also want to tell you about some other programs which I use. I like Acrobat Reader, of course, when you have PDF files. It's just necessary. I also use Bread 3. I think it was 3. Now I have a new laptop and Windows 10. Before I had Windows 7, so it was Bread 3 there. I made the presentation 2 weeks ago. And it is like a notepad actually. I use it, for example, imagine that a student is retelling you a chapter of the book, and your student has like maybe elementary or pre-intermediate level. Of course, he is going to make some mistakes. I never interrupt my students when they are eager to speak. If they like something, I forget to drink water. And I don't want to interrupt them, so I just open Bread in little window and I make my notes about their mistakes there. VLC player for watching videos, ACDC for watching pictures. Messengers such as WhatsApp. WhatsApp is my favorite. Some students from Russia, especially from Russia, they like Viber. Students from Asia, from China and from Korea, they like WeChat. And sometimes I use Facebook Messenger. Facebook, actually, I think like Google Hangouts, you can also make calls in Facebook too, and you can teach your lessons in Facebook if your students want it. I use it just as a messenger. I don't like Facebook so much. So, for example, WhatsApp. I use WhatsApp if I want to cancel my lesson and I ask my students write me to WhatsApp because my phone is always with me and I have WhatsApp on my phone and I use a web application for WhatsApp. So I can send pictures there too. And sometimes, for example, when something is wrong with Skype or something, for example, if you have very, very poor connection, you can have a lesson in WhatsApp. It can be with video or without video. Or when my students are in traffic jams and they use their mobile connection, then we have lessons in WhatsApp. Mostly it's about speaking, but still, if they don't want to miss a class, then they just call me in WhatsApp. So I like it. I think maybe you have, maybe you know some other programs. You can write them in chat box. I think it would be great if you could share the programs that you use. Maybe I haven't mentioned something. It's becoming a little bit difficult for me to speak even with water. So I'm going to finish soon. Yes. So what programs do you like? What is your favorite program? I know Diana likes Zoom. I hope that you will like Zoom after this webinar too. I strongly recommend you to download it and I strongly recommend you to try it at least 1 or 2 times. And I'm sure that after you have tried Zoom, you will fall in love with it. They didn't pay me for advertising. It's just my personal opinion. So if you have some programs, if you want to share them in chat, you're welcome. I'm not going to steal a lot of your time. However, I want you to open the presentation full screen and I want you to make some screenshots here because here I want to share some useful links. For example, online dictionaries. I adore Collins. Collins is just great when you need to explain the meaning of some word and you don't want to translate it. So it's not like really definition of a word in Collins. It's like explanation with good examples. I think even children can understand the way how Collins dictionary explains the words. Uh, Lingua.com Idiom is a nice dictionary when you have to translate. I think it works with many languages. I use it mostly for Russian students, so English, Russian. But it's also great if you want to translate a word and to find some synonyms and to find some derivatives of the word. It's a good one. And contextreverser.net is a good website for translation. When you want to translate the phrase or an idiom or something like some expression which is a slang expression or something like this, usually they have a lot of different examples. Maybe, sometimes I have to check if the translation is correct or not, but 99% the translation that this website offers, it's usually a good one. So some good websites for which contain ready lesson plans. I think I have already told you about filmenglish.com. It's a very good blog where you can find lesson plans which are based on different videos. Then lessonplandigger.com. This website, it also has very good lesson plans, and you can find a lot of good materials for teachers. And of course, onestopenglish.com. I think all of you know this website, and they also have lesson plans which are very detailed with instructions for teachers. So I like them a lot. Some websites where you can read, watch, and listen something. So EnglishEbooks.net is a great website, where you can find adapted books for your students, and I think starting with elementary and up to upper intermediate levels. Great books. My students love the books, so I do recommend the website to you. Ororo.tv is a website where your students can watch series in the original. I think it's a Russian website because it has mostly so it has English subtitles, Russian subtitles, maybe some Spanish subtitles too. I am not sure. You have to register, okay? And if you register, then you can watch one episode every day for free, okay? A good one, because usually an episode is like 30-40 minutes long, and you normally don't have more time and you watch one episode in a day, so that's must be enough. And storycorps.org is a website where you can find a lot of good stories for listening tasks. And some resources for development. If you want to develop, busyteacher.org is a nice one if you don't know how to teach something. So you just Google how to teach, for example, comparatives, busyteacher.org, and you find a lot of good ideas. Then my favorite author, Scott Thornberry. I love him. I have read a lot of his books, and this is his blog on WordPress, where he writes a lot of useful things. He shares his practical experience, and he answers if you comment usually, so you can have a conversation here in comments with him. And Quick and Dirty Tips.com, it's Grammar Girl. I think most of you know this website too. Yes, okay, now I can see your comments. Collins, it's great. Yes, and Context Reverser. Yes. So Grammar Girl is great too. Maybe not very useful for students, but pretty useful for teachers, especially native teachers, because I know that many native teachers have problems with explaining some grammar things because it's your native language. And for us, for non-natives, we had to study it ourselves, so we probably know it better. And so Grammar Girl, she's a great one. She explains a lot of things in her blog. I think that's it. I have something inspirational here. So online teaching helps you reach the world. Do you agree? Yes or no in comments? Just quickly, we are going to finish soon. It's almost 1 hour. Oh my God. I've never been so long. So, Can you reach the world with online teaching? Okay, that's great. I see your answers. Yes, you agree. Okay, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for your attention. I was sure it would be shorter. If you have any questions, you're welcome. If no, then let's finish and go to bed or go to some other things. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. I hope I can make a video with the webinar soon, and I think I will just post it on YouTube. I'm still here if you have any questions. Ah, I remember now. I promised to tell you about some little news. I am going to start a course for teachers, which the course is going to be about how to start teaching online. The course is going to be very practical, so you will start having your first online classes since week 3, if I'm not mistaken. So next week, I want to tell about the course on Instagram, and I hoped that I could do. I hoped to give you the link to the website where you can read more about the course today, but the link is not. The website is not ready yet, so I think it will be ready today night or tomorrow. And I think that tomorrow or maybe on Tuesday, I will share this link in my Instagram. So stay tuned, and I hope to get some comments from you about the course. Thank you very much. I think you have no questions. Thank you for coming. I was glad to see you. I will send you the link to the recording when the recording is ready. So good night and hope to see you again. Bye bye.